John needs a break, man. He has been podcasting all day.
Has he? I saw him. I
Yes.
know he was on Bill and Chase's, but I don't know what else
Yeah.
is going on. All
I
right.
want to say he was on Savons.
So week 2 of the spin without the actual spin here, and now John's on his way. So we're trying to catch up, but we got myself, Tyler Watkins, owner of the Heat One app. Travis brought the new guy.
I am. Yeah. If you didn't catch me doing the spin cast on the weekend with John this weekend, my name is Travis. I'm the newest CrossFit commentator with the deepest voice you may have heard on Savon's podcast. Very deep.
I really want that button that Savon has of Danielle. He missed it like 4 times. I don't know, Pete, if you know what I'm talking about. There's that recording of Danielle saying it's so deep when she's picking a splinter out of her foot or something.
Oh.
But he misses opportunities to use it all the time. And then to everybody's right, Mr. Peter Ellis, the 4th fittest man currently in Australia, and a Games rookie athlete, first year athlete. How you doing, Pete?
Yeah, amazing. I'm still floating a little bit from the weekend, to be honest. Like, it is literally a dream come true. Like, going to Texas, going to the Games, like, it's incredible.
So we interviewed, I think most people in the comments will know, but to remind anybody and anybody who's a new viewer, we did interview Peter several months ago now. I think, was it before the Open?
It would have been December or something, like late last year probably, because that was after DUC, Down Under Champs.
Yeah. And you know what really struck me about Peter, what really struck me about you was like, you had this moment. I sort of like, I'm still getting into podcasting. I feel like we've been doing this for a year and I'm still figuring this out, but you were one of the first athletes I opened up with and tried to ask questions. And I asked you, like, you know, what was the plan, what you wanted from all this. And you said that you got emotional. You said you wanted to win the Games, but I really fucking dug the emotion that you had in that moment. And that was something else I absorbed again this weekend. So it was, for me, I'll try not to go on for fucking ever, but for me, so we're in California. I'm sleeping on the couch at Savon's house we've all rented. There's like fucking 15 dudes at this house. It's like 1 o'clock in the morning, and I'm like, I have to watch this last heat, because you're at what place were you in at that moment in going into the final event?
So I was tied on points for 4th
with Dion.
With Lucha John.
Dijon.
Yeah. So
you knew you had to beat him, but you also knew you couldn't fuck it up either, because somebody else might sneak in.
Yeah, like I didn't I knew it's like lane 2, in front of lane 2. It was like do it or die. Like I wasn't really, to be honest, I wasn't worried about fucking it up. I was worried I wouldn't I had to send it. I had to be in lane 2. That was all I could care about. I wasn't worried about anyone else, but like I knew lane number 2, I'm like,
and you come out hot too, bro.
Like, you get off that bike first, you hold onto the rings.
Yeah.
Then you just lunge until you can't anymore. Like,
before we get to the end, how did you feel like going through the days? Like at the end of day 1, you felt pretty good. You finished pretty decent in that first event, right?
Yeah. So I was happy with day 1, sitting in 4th day 1 after that first event. Not a bad finish.
Bro, Ricky on that run, are you kidding me? He made everybody look like jokers. No offense to the rest of Australia.
No, he was absolutely motoring. No, he did. He was
so fast.
He was motoring. I'm like, anyway.
So anyway, end of day 1, you feel good. Going into day 2, did you feel good coming into the weekend as a whole?
Honestly, no. I came down sick. Like, I was sick for weeks and after like quarters, like for like 3 weeks there with like tonsillitis and things. I just could not get rid of it. And honestly, the week coming into, I got like 1 decent-ish week of training and then come into the weekend. So I was super nervous and I felt better than that before. I'm glad I could pull it off, and took everything I had to get that 4th place.
I always
But,
tell my wife, she gets sick like that from time to time. And I always tell her, like, there is this like a super compensation thing that happens after you're sick. Like, I feel like you're better for like a week. Did you feel like you hit that, or you're like, oh no, like this is not the position I want to be in?
No, like I got to the weekend. That first event started. I felt relatively good again.
Okay, good.
Relatively good again. Just a few like things I've noticed. Like I noticed like couldn't hold the same paces on some of the machines I've known I've been able to in the past, and just little things like that. Just like my engine wasn't quite as good as it has been. My strength and my muscular endurance is better than it's ever been in its life.
Awesome.
And but just like that other sort of engine side just wasn't.
Yeah,
all
you
the
probably
way there.
wanted a couple touches of a couple things before, but it is what it is, right? Yeah.
It is what it is. I still had the same goal. I didn't change. I didn't give up. Like I still was going to go out there and give it hell. And I'm like, overjoyed that it paid off, and I still was able to get it done.
Pete, can I ask, how did you feel going into the weekend in like a bigger picture with regards to the programming? Because I think it's fair to say to some extent last year you missed out on the games due to the strength event, like the 1 rep max snatch.
Yes.
And when you saw the programming come out this year and there was no 1 rep max, but instead of snatch ladder, coupled with the fact that now you had 4 guys going from your region, how did that kind of affect your mindset going into the weekend?
Yeah, like the events this year were definitely better for me, like a little bit like more moderate weights, lighter, faster, like keep moving. So I was excited for this year. I looked at all the events. I'm like, other than that snatch ladder, because like again, like I know my strength isn't where it needs to be. Like that 120 is my one. That last barbell is my 1 RM, and I got it for 1, but then I couldn't get that last one, which was a bit disappointing.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I had to pull something out of my ass in that last event.
Yeah, that was nuts. Tyler, I know you were going to kind of touch on this, but I know you have you for too long. So I wanted to ask Pete, like, so the last time you were on the show, you know, you talked about how you quit your job, you know, you even gassed your girlfriend and you were all in on CrossFit. And Tyler kind of mentioned earlier, you were even getting emotional when you were talking about how you really felt that something that you had over your competitors was how bad you want it and maybe how much you're willing to give. I can't think of a moment, you know, in competitive CrossFit that's more intense than going into the final event. You're head to head, you're tied for the final qualifying spot at the CrossFit Games. Tell me, you know, and in saying that, like the emotion was apparent and watching the clip was nuts. I think you were in tears before you even finished event 6. What was the emotion like before the event started? And like, what was your self-talk?
My eyes were watering before the event. I'm staring at the brick wall, talking to it. Like
I could see that look on your face standing behind the bike. It was intense. That's why I wanted to ask. Yeah.
I have never felt like that before an event before. Like I felt the adrenaline and like the need to push and work hard. But it was honestly like, I die. I'm like,
what are you telling yourselves in that moment? Why like what's the talk going on? What's going on in here that you're getting so amped up?
I could like, it's like now or never. I'm like I can't express this enough. Like everyone's got different dreams and stuff. This is everything I've wanted for 6 years. Everything. Like over this next couple months training for the games, it's going to be hard, but I'll be literally living my dream. Training hard to compete at the CrossFit Games. Like that is the dream. It seems crazy me just saying that. Like that is the dream. And like obviously the job's not finished and I want a lot more from the sport, but like to get that milestone after like so long, like just feels like unbelievable.
How did you feel when you found out that Australia had gotten an extra spot?
I felt good. I felt like I knew top 3 would be tough. And like when I saw that extra spot, I'm like I could do this thing this year. Like I really could do this thing this year. Like I've been training hard. I've wanted it. Like, and I thought I'm willing to go to any lengths possible over the weekend to get that.
So we went through day 1, event 2, or day 2. You have 2 events, still really, really decent. You don't really take a hit until that snatch event. And I think you knew it was coming.
I knew it was coming. Like I was trying to get the best scores I could prior to that event, so I knew it was going to be a bit of a hit to me.
What I think is interesting is the dichotomy of how emotional you can get and how invested you are in yourself, and then the stark difference of that in how calm and collected you were when you were doing those snatches. You weren't like freaking out and acting all wild. Like you were on that barbell, you were calm, and you lifted it like a pro. And it's wild to see that in one person, because usually if someone gets emotional, they can't turn it off. And you seem to be able to channel it really well in the times that you need to, and then shut it off in the times that you need to.
Yeah. During an event, like when that buzzer goes off, I'm in the zone. I'm not even me anymore. I'm just like, this is the job. We do it no matter what. If we start to fail, we start to fail. Like,
sure.
Like I'm just in the event. I'm just thinking about the event. Like I don't really mid-event, I don't tend to get emotional. I'm just in it. There's a job to be done, and I'll do whatever I have to. I'm just in my own lane almost.
Last event, you know what you got to do, and so then we bring on John Young.
What's up, Petey?
Oh, there it is. There's the yelling we missed.
John, we're getting ready to finish. We're going into the last event, and Pete knows he's got to stay ahead of how do you say his last name again?
Luke
DeJong.
DeJong. I keep wanting to make it a Y. I want that J to be a Y so bad. So you're going, you full on send the bike. You went, how'd you do the muscle ups?
I'm broken. I think
Unbroken, a whole way.
Yeah, Tyler.
Yeah,
You were the first one to the dumbbells.
Yes.
You picked him up fast. I was like, holy shit, he is not taking his sweet time.
I had no idea where anyone else was for that first 4 sections, like other than Ricky was there, but the first 4 sections of the lunge. And I kind of looked across and I saw I had quite a commanding lead. So I'm like, okay. You can put him down. Let's finish this off. When
is the moment you realized you had won and that you were going to the games?
When I crossed that line, it was like crazy. I felt like an overwhelming amount of emotion. I was just like, I've done it. Like, I've finally done it. I'm going to the games. I'm going to Texas. I'm like, yeah, it was crazy.
What a place.
Yeah.
Have you been to the States before?
I actually, my dad took me over there this is where this CrossFit nonsense started. In 2019, my dad took me over there to watch the games because I kind of told him, I'm kind of getting interested in this CrossFit thing. I watched the games in 2019. Ever since then, I've been like, whatever I have to do to get back as a competitor, I'm going to do it. And 5 years later, or 6 years later, finally, heading back.
That's a quick turnaround in all honesty. So now what's life look like now? We've I saw like you shaking hands and celebrating with everybody. I see are you closer with Jay?
Me, Jay and Mads, we're all pretty close. Mads used to live up like my way, and I'm good mates with Jay now, and to be honest, his whole family I'm friends with. So potentially in the lead up, I wouldn't mind seeing. I have to figure all this sort of stuff out anyway, but see what they're sort of doing. I'm guessing they're going to go back over to Proven and train over there. But yeah, this is all what I got to figure out now, where I'm going to train, what time I'm going to head over, and it's all very much up in the air. I still got to get a visa and all that sort of stuff.
Oh shit.
Hey, don't play around with that, because that has been a problem with a lot of people.
I think it should be fine.
Yeah. So cool. You'll go train with them. You looking forward to going to Proven, I guess. That it's been open all of 6 months?
Yeah. Like that's not confirmed or anything yet. I'm just saying that'd be an ideal scenario.
What are you looking forward to so much about games training?
Just the whole thing. I just training as hard as I possibly can to see where I stack up at the games, and then take away whatever I learn and keep putting it towards the future. Like, it's just so exciting. The whole thing's exciting to me. I'm like, I'm literally like a young kid, just like, I don't know, going to a theme park. Like this whole thing is like overwhelming. I'm so keen.
You guys got any questions for him?
Yeah, Pete, did you ever think about once you crossed that line and you saw that Jay was suffering and you had beat Jay in the first workout you had beaten Jay in, did you think to do like a suck it thing, like at the end, like once you crossed the line and he was still trying to lunge it out?
Honestly, I didn't even notice him. I couldn't even see anyone else. I was just worried about the one. Like, I just had to stay ahead and lay 2, and I was. And then once I crossed that line, I was just like, yeah, I can. It's all a big blur, to be honest. After I crossed that line,
I'll be honest with you. Because like it'd be like 2 a.m. for us to watch the events live here. So like I wake up in the morning and then I scroll to see the last heat. Sorry, first 3 heats. I don't care to watch y'all, but like I scrolled to watch the last heat. And then whenever you picked up the dumbbells, immediately I was like, "No, Pete, no!" like I was so scared that you're gonna blow up. But then I saw Luke de Jong way back there. I'm like, okay, he's good. He's good.
yeah, no, I think I broke them. Like I got to the section 4, I realized I had a bit of a lead. So I'm like, okay, don't destroy it. Like, don't fuck this up now. Like, put them down, and then finish this off right. If we were right next to each other, I would have held on or come dead last in that event. Like, it was like do it or die. But luckily, didn't have to.
Yeah, we're excited for you. These guys thought Zach Thomas was going to make it, and I tried to tell them.
I have the receipts, y'all don't remember. I'll pull up the app right now.
The obsession that this man has. I was the only one that had faith in you, Pete.
Oh, so you're full of shit.
When you go to the games, remember that whenever you see us, that I was the only one.
I remember that.
I'm pulling it up, John.
Don't worry about it. We're going to bring up the past. I'm just telling them what happened behind closed doors.
Behind closed doors. That's so good.
I had you, bro. It was great watching you. It was really great watching the entire Oceania semifinal. It was like we would come back home from Carson, and we would do a show, and then when we were winding down, we would turn on Oceania and watch you guys, and it looked like a great time. Was this like a bigger year there? Do you felt like there was more excitement there than there had been in previous years, or was it about the same?
Yeah. No, I think that was like it was going off this year. Huge amount of excitement. I also I think I'm like I'm a little bit more well known now. So like, and I felt like I had so much support from everyone like in the crowd and heaps of friends and family there and stuff as well. So like, I really wanted to do well for them.
Awesome.
It was good. It was good to pull it off.
I will tell you, I think Torian had the best environment out of every semifinal so far. And like, that's been a big topic of debate. I talked with Bill Grundler about that today. Like, just how trash Torian made North America West look as far as like the crowd. Because like, it just seemed like everybody was in it. The whole environment was what it was supposed to be. And then North America West was empty seats. They were like, why are we so empty? And Torian's killing it.
You'd be a good person to ask this about, Peter, is why do you think it's so easy for Torian to sell out and like North America East and West not?
I don't know, but like Torian definitely like put on a good show, and like, yeah, I don't know, it's just a big community thing. Like everyone's there. I don't know if over in America, like the games is the big thing over there. For us, it's like it's a lot harder. It's a lot harder to get over. Like, we can't just like, not everyone's just going to fly over to America to the games. Like, our big competition is Torian, and then we have like Down Under the year. Like, they're our big comps. So I think a lot of the community loves to go out to them and just get amongst it all.
Yeah, but I think it's the flamethrower. Even at Rogue, though, there's not a ton of people, and I would argue Rogue is the second biggest competition.
Yeah,
in the world.
I tend to lean towards it's that. I mean, we have so many sports that everybody goes to and everybody loves. You have to meet people where they are. They don't want to travel very far, and Australia is larger than the United States, isn't it? You pretty much have to fly across it if you're going to go to any. Like, if you live on the other side,
Yeah, like to be
close together is what I'm trying to say.
Freaking desert.
Yeah.
Oh, it's in the middle, but like we don't we all like near, like most people live pretty close. Like Brisbane's where the competition is, and I'm about an hour and a half flight away from there. So it's not anything too drastic to get there.
Yeah. But like Grace and Zane, they live on the other side of the country.
Yeah, they're a bit bigger. Like they're over in Perth, so they've got a bit of a mission over there. But
God, coordinating that shit with Ricky, and then
good luck on the flight over here. I'm pretty sure it's like the longest flight that you can take.
Yeah, it's like I think it was like
2 hours.
Yeah, something like that. It's a massive flight. It's not enjoyable, but it'd definitely be worth it.
All right, man. I don't think we're going to hold you any longer. Pete, we're big fans over here. Thank you for coming on, like 6 months ago. Thank you for coming on this time. Really congratulations for making it to the game.
Yeah, we're excited for you.
Congratulations, man.
Thank you so much.
We look forward to seeing you, man.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, man. We'll see you,
man.
Have a good one.
See you later.
Bye. All right, guys.
Alrighty.
He's so fun. I hope you get some good behind the scenes with him.
Yeah, he's a dog.
I hope
man.
Stefan
I like
gets behind the scenes with him. Yeah.
I like his intensity, man. It's pretty cool. That Tyler, you got to watch event 6 there when he qualified. If you haven't seen it yet,
no,
I've seen it. It's really cool. Oh, you did see it?
Yeah, it was like
immediate tears.
It was like
it was nuts
in the morning in California, and I was like, I'm not going to bed. I have to watch Pete qualify.
Nice. Okay.
Like he's been a boy since he came on the show, and I just
if people don't know, go watch the show that he was on with us. Like you could just, I didn't think he was going to make it this year, but I thought he could make it like the next year.
That's not what you said like 5 minutes ago when he was here.
Well,
two-faced lie.
I waver a little bit. No, it's all right. But like he, like you could see it, like just in his soul. Like this is just everything that he mattered to him.
I don't think I've seen anybody that passionate about it in a long time.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to. Yeah, that's why I wanted to ask him kind of how he was feeling before the event, because he was getting emotional on the podcast when you guys interviewed him 6 months ago. So I can only imagine kind of the couple hours leading up to event 6, what was running through his head.
Are Sevon and freaking Fluffy Duck and Hiller still alive? Those jerks.
Come on, guys.
Hold on, I'll comment on this show.
Do not, John. You and I do not need any extra heat right now.
That's no heat to me. I'm going to say Travis said.
Yeah, exactly. I don't need this right now.
Travis, I messaged you. I think you did a great job last weekend, to the point where I was wondering. So, like, for those who don't know, Travis is just like comment guy. You do Sentinel? Don't? Yeah, you do Sentinel. So he's just a bro that's been around for a while. And then what happened? Why did you guys jump on the? I just looked down and I see a snapshot of you and John on Twitch, and I was like, what the hell is going on over here?
Getting the gamer out. Well, first of all, thanks for the message, Tyler. Honestly, that was super nice of you. Appreciate the kind words. Yeah, I was just watching like the live stream on Friday, like everyone else, and I don't know. I just had the idea if John was around. I was like, John, do you want to like just like co-cast this or whatever you call it? And because people had a lot of complaints about the commentary, and John was like, yeah, I'm down. So I tried to get on my YouTube channel, but there was a 24-hour delay to live stream, so we ended up on Twitch. And then Spin was nice enough to let us on his channel for the rest of the week, and we had a ton of great feedback. Like I had a ton of fun, and I'm not a media guy. It was my first time behind the camera. I'm just a regular dude from the comments, and it went well though. I had a blast.
Do you have experience in commentating or something?
No, not at all.
He's pretty good at it, isn't he?
When I was listening, especially like that little clip of Colton, I was like, "Do you have practice doing this?" Because you almost had that play-by-play thing, like that.
No.
It did feel like you're the play-by-play and I'm the color commentary. Like we tried to set it up like that. And we were trying to do that and we weren't at all.
No, it was literally, it was totally just like natural, which is, it's kind of cool. Like, I'm a firefighter. I'm not I'm not anything in media.
Shit. There it is.
Yeah, maybe so. But yeah, like the dynamic, I guess, between John and I just occurred naturally. And yeah, it was fun. It was fun.
I mean, I was thinking,
appreciate it.
I was like, dude, what you should do is you should go back and like start with Zelos games where Brian commentated it, because he sort of did the play-by-play. Turn the volume off, record yourself, and then you can overdub it over the video.
Bro, we're about
and
to
I would
have
just see
7 events of practice.
Yes, but I would just see what that sounds like and compare yourself to Brian versus that. And then like after you do that one, then do Crash. And by the third one, I mean, hell, John's right. Like we have like 7 more events of this. Like just practice. Like I really think you could do it. I don't like give people many props, but when I heard you do it, I was like, you have a clean voice. A lot of people don't know this. I used to do radio in college.
Oh yeah,
I have a terrible voice for radio, and most of it was music and just talking. But like you have a clean voice, and you got to the points that mattered, and that's really hard in CrossFit, like on a play-by-play level.
Yeah, and like honestly, I wasn't even trying to do a play-by-play. I think what I like, maybe just because it's what I enjoy as a fan watching content, is just like a laid back, like chit chat, shooting the shit kind of thing. I think that's what we were doing, and yeah, there was a bit of play-by-play, but yeah. So now there's more pressure. We are going to be doing it this weekend for East, but yeah, I think it'll go well.
Huge
Did the girl ever get back to you?
No, I DM'd the. I think her name's Emily O'Hearn. She's like the director of marketing or media.
Good
I asked her if we could show the video on Spin's channel, and she hasn't seen it yet. So
yeah, I don't.
Try Jonathan Haynes.
Nice try.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
We'll go through a couple of your comments from the last show. This so far, I think, is going much smoother than the previous show.
Much better. I honestly feel bad for Bryson. Like.
Yeah,
I know that I was irritated, but it's because it was Bryson. Like
Bryson
I felt bad for Bryson. No. Because I'm like, this man is trying to be. It's nerve wracking if you've never done it before. Like you don't want to sound. You don't want to sound stupid. You don't want to sound. You don't want to say stuff you'll regret saying. And like it's for people in the comments. Like the first time you do these things, it's very nerve wracking. And then
it is.
And then for just the show to be freaking like the one show with Taylor where he just went off the hook. Like I felt bad for Bryson.
Boy,
he did good.
Yeah. Anyway,
good episode.
We'll go through some comments first, or now that we're to this part. I don't know which sponsors we're supposed to go to, but we'll shout out the sponsors. Mobility Wad, Tebow, my favorite sponsor. Just because he's also my sponsor for Heat 1. Download Go Wad Mobility First. They do great stuff. Tebow's a good dude. He supports all of us. I mean, like seriously, like he supported Crash. He supports Heat 1. He supports the Spin. Like, dude, please go support him. He's the freaking man. First comment from Justine. Can Bryson please come on more often? Totally agree with his views on people. There you go.
We found the one positive comment for Bryson.
I will say this was noted several times. Michael Smith is not coming as he is now retired. I made a prediction about Michael Smith and the future of him as an athlete, and I guess that was dumb.
Michael Smith is retired.
In my defense,
yeah, that's pretty rough. That's pretty rough.
The world was on fire, and I was talking out my ass probably like that whole podcast. So I'm going to give myself a second on that one.
The old Watkins curse.
Yeah, it's over. It's such a bad curse that he retired it before I said it. Let's see. Let me find one with a question here. No questions. You guys are just speaking your mind. I need more questions.
Here, we will leave today's podcast. Let's try to figure out a question for comments to answer.
Hey, live comments. Tell me the questions you want, because none of these comments from the last podcast are any good. Or they're fine. They're just not questions. So anyway, while you guys do that, we'll move on to the week 2 recap. And if I see anything, I'll bring it up. Week 2 recap. We all had very different experiences of West Coast Classic. Tell me what you guys experienced and what you liked about it the most. Biggest takeaways.
I think the biggest moment has to be Colton. The moment. And then there's a lot of stuff that, like, as a whole, that I think we could talk about. Travis, you go ahead and go first.
Yeah, I agree. Colton, and then I want to say every time there's a semifinal, a major event now, we're seeing just how competitive it is. I know, like, John, you were maybe talking a bit about how Tudor missed out on the games by a second. And
for 2 different events.
Yeah, exactly. And every semifinal now we're seeing like those little instances. And I think it's going to be just like turned up tenfold in the East with how competitive it is. We're going to be able to look back and be like, holy shit, if that guy, just stepped with his right foot first or whatever, like just to get across in that split second, he'd be going to the games. And then, yeah, I don't want to harp on it. It's been beaten to death a bit, but the attendance. So, but I have to mention it. So,
this is a good point. I love the constant leaderboard change-ups. Every single event, the leaderboard takes a flip, it seems like.
Well, I'd say between the first 3 events and the last 3 events,
yeah,
it's a crazy shakeup. And it's really cool that I think CrossFit did a good job at this, that the last 3 events are all on the same day. And it's from one day switch. It's insane. Insane.
Yeah. Yeah, and that kind of was like another takeaway I had. Like, it's so important to be so mentally tough and, sure in yourself as an athlete and have, be able to maintain your confidence because of the way that there's half the competition left on the last day. And especially this year with like the first 3 events are catering to a certain type of athlete versus the last 3. I think it's really easy if you're somebody that has a lot of expectation on you and you roll into Sunday on the outside looking in to start to like divert from your game plan, and not execute properly. So to the people that were able to do that and like come from behind and still execute, I think that deserves to be appreciated and recognized for sure. John, you might not like this, but the person that did that best was none other
Danny
than
Spiegel.
Danny Spiegel.
Yeah. No, for sure. Yeah. And I mean, I know there are a couple of people who asked me, what do I think about Danny Spiegel making it? Because I guess.
Time out. JR looked at me and said, man, John's going to have to eat so much crow as soon as Danny qualifies.
I'm not going to have to eat crow at all. Guys, it's okay. This is the truth. Okay. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Danny Spiegel is one of the fittest women in the world. She earned her spot to the CrossFit Games. She did that. I don't like her.
That's it.
I don't root for her. I don't like her. She absolutely has home run ability, and she capitalized where she needed to, and others didn't.
I will say somebody was talking to me about this. Like, what's John's problem? Or if you really go back and notice, like when you're on Sevon's or even when you're on here and we bring up Danny, you actually don't really speak because
no, I don't.
You do the same thing I do. Like when you don't really like someone, you don't bring her up or bring them up or talk about them or add to the fire. You don't like them. There's no reason to make it worse. And I respect that.
And like my predictions, like I had Danny Spiegel like 2 spots out. A lot of people had her out. It's not like it's affecting how I think that she will do. You know what I mean? I thought Kelsey Kiel would beat her in the snatch ladder. She did. I didn't think Olivia was going to beat Kelsey by a minute. You know what I mean?
No one did.
I
do want to.
And that's all. That's all.
Why is Sevon doing a live show at the same time? Are you guys fighting? We text Sevon and told him we were doing this show before, and I 100% bet he did. He doesn't even remember that. Go in his chat and tell him we're on the show.
Some people said he's done.
Okay.
Oh, he's off air. We're
Good.
clear.
He probably just realized it last minute. No worries.
It's no big deal.
I commented in the comments, "Love you guys," and then with a kiss emoji, and then that was it.
That'll show him. Yeah, the biggest best moments from the event, it was like everything was kind of just limbo until the last day, and it was like Scott Tetlow like setting a PR in the event. on the snatch and then hitting it twice and finishing. Hanging with the athletes, like they'd come up and they would all, it was like the vibe was really good. But then honestly, the freaking crazy moment of Colton hitting that touch and go snatch. I mean, like your guys' emotion in that moment almost exactly matches what it was like in the stadium. Like everyone in our section was standing up and screaming. Because we saw him get ready to do it, and we are like, "Oh my god!" Like he goes to the hip, and I was like, "I know what he's about to do."
And I think the ugliestness of it adds to it.
Who's able to just freaking manhandle 265 like that?
Yeah, and everything was perfect. The context around it, like he just edging out Brent. Like he had to hit the touch and go to beat Brent. He needed every point he could get. It was all like everything was perfect. It was ugly and like it was so gritty. It was Colton. It was Colton for sure.
Yeah, it was cool that it was against Brent too, because it was like
David versus
you could kind of see Brent just go like, well, like, if you're going to just take it like that, I can't do anything. Like it was mad respect. The other one was the last event, and like 5 dudes crossing the line at the same time. And watching Sprague, I don't know if you guys could see this, but like he marched from behind. He had the deficit of like several feet and caught up and crossed the line at the same time. I'm still not sure. And this is something we should clarify. And I'll ask like Wilson or somebody when I get to Knoxville, is where exactly is the line when you pass? Like when's the time cut? Because I don't think it was obvious between him and Justin.
No, I know, and I don't know if anyone knows if it's the mat. Like, do they have a chip timer on, and the judge has a stopwatch?
The line should have like a laser thing set off when you're.
It does.
You should have a leg bracelet that sets it off.
But
and then there's also a stopwatch with your judge.
I went down and I asked the scoring folks, the ladies, they were sitting right next to the equipment that does all that. And I was like, where exactly is it? And they were like, it's at the far end of the red mat. Once you cross that, you're done. But that didn't seem to be true.
I'm sorry, Sarah. Continue to love on Cole Sager. He's a great guy, and you should continue to root for him. I don't care about him.
I see everybody bringing this up. Hannaford touch and go.
We understand that Julia Hannaford touch and go. It's not as big of a moment. She wasn't in a race with anybody. She was dominating everybody. It is very BA, and she was on the outside looking in as far as the spots to get in. We understand that. Travis made a mistake. He doesn't know anything about Oceania.
Yeah, that's more like it.
He's a junior analyst. Leave him alone.
Aspiring associate junior analyst. People were making a point to be like, no, Julia Hannaford, not because when I was calling it, I said, the only athlete. Like I had no idea what I was saying. People are giving me way too much credit.
That's a DM thing, not a comment thing. You ruined the moment.
I thought that was funny.
Anyway. What I don't think you should label yourself an analyst. There's too many of us anyway, and it's a bullshit title. I think you should go with junior commentator.
Right.
And then you're not tied to being smart. You just commentator just means you talk. So you can just say whatever you want.
Yeah, that's more on my alley. Fair enough.
My biggest takeaway is just newcomers. I feel like there were 4 or 5 names that nobody really thought of those names that we were talking about basically the whole weekend.
Dude, Trista had a
great. I know she's a name. I know, and I trashed her hard, and then she said, "F you, watch this," and freaking murdered it, only to get murdered by Event 6. I was a little bit right about Event 6, but she was so much better than I thought she was going to be. She was very impressive.
She looked poised and she looked like a pro out there. She looked much, much beyond her years. She never kind of looked like she wasn't focused. She was just always in the game. And I was super surprised watching her. Who else were you surprised with on the women's side?
Hattie Canyo, obviously. I thought, I know I said she's got a shot in the dark to make it, and I'll say she's the last spot, but for her to be first place through, I think it looks great too. I couldn't grow
Thanks,
that
man.
if I wanted to.
Uh-huh.
I think if somebody said, hey, Hattie Canio is going to be first place going into the last event, you would laugh at them. That's worse than Brian Friend saying 3 minutes on the snatch ladder. Thank you to Olivia for making that worse than that. But you know what I'm saying? Her family didn't think that. She didn't think that. And for her to be in that position, like, it's just pretty insane. I wonder, like, the stats on that are probably higher than like the lottery as far as the possibilities in the world of her being number one after, like, with the last event remaining. And then I mean, Kyra Milligan, consistent down the line. Her and Brandon Luckett, I thought, had like a very similar semifinal. Like, just doing what they had to do the entire time. There might not have been a moment where they showed out like and beat everybody, but just never losing ground to anybody. And then consistency wins in CrossFit as it should. And then
Yeah, give a shout out to Domit. She won like pretty comfortably, and she was
same thing,
really well rounded, like really well rounded. Yeah, no weaknesses all weekend.
I'm gonna bash on her for a minute. The setup question was not very good. Like, you know, basically during her victory speech, they're like, "What do you think?" or "What do you attribute to your win?" and all that. And she was like, I don't know. You know, that's basically all.
Oh, really?
Said.
I didn't hear that.
And I was like,
Alex,
wow.
Alex was trashing the snatch ladder, and that's why I'm first place. That's what she should have said. That's what she should have said. Alex was been bad at the snatch ladder, and that's why I'm first place. That would have been hilarious. Hilarious.
Thank you, Ivan. Ian, appreciate that. I don't work hard on them at all, but there we go. It was
Chris
great,
Ibarra,
by the way.
Chris Ibarra, another guy that was consistent
Huge
throughout the whole thing, has never had a hole. And he supposedly really like not very strong. And the snatch ladder was supposed to be the thing to stop him, and he ended up getting 8th place. Like, that's amazing.
Yeah. And I was trying to make this point last night on the show. I don't know if you could tell, Travis. Did you watch last night's show?
Sevens?
I was.
I listened to it.
I was in and out of consciousness.
I heard you say that.
I had taken. So we were waiting on the show, and we didn't really know who was going to go on. I think John confirmed early, and so did JR. But the third was bouncing around, and like 15 minutes before,
and like he had gone through everybody. He was like Chase,
the last
every
time,
Hiller, and then there was like a 5-minute pause, 5 minutes before the show. Tyler? Question mark. it was one of those situations.
I'm going in, baby. I'm laying down. I'm in my pajamas in bed. I had taken a lot of melatonin because I still haven't like really slept since we got back from California. And I was like, all right, here we go.
I think you're really good for being in that state of mind.
But I was trying to make the point last night that I don't think we can see breakthrough successes from people our dark horses break through in the East. I just don't.
Other than YOLO Folo, I completely agree. if somebody says like Jordan Zvek is going to make it, like it's like
we'll see about that. We'll see about that.
What if if Hatfield gets into like the top 5 or something? Would we say that's dark horse? Because we've been following him for like a year now.
Y'all might say it's dark horse. I'm gonna.
Are we gonna get into it? Are we gonna get into?
Yeah. Are we gonna go to
Syndicate then? Let's do it.
We might as well. We're talking about it. Yeah.
Closing remarks on week 2. West Coast Classic was great. It was great going to Carson. It just sucks how few people were there. It freaking hurt my soul to watch that, but it was great. I mean, it was a great venue.
He also said Devin Kim was going to get 3rd place. And that honestly is probably the worst take of all time. Listen, my 300 reps, people bring that out a lot. It was bad. It was bad. This Devin Kim being 3rd place will never be forgiven. You all are better than that. Hatfield's going to be 6th place, 5th place.
Tyler, before we even get into our picks for the weekend,
I don't even know what this means.
Just we need to know up front, do you have the training think tank athletes ranked egregiously high.
I don't think so.
Oh,
don't think so?
you can't. He's the most biased man.
I'll take your word. I'll take your
in
word.
all of CrossFit towards a certain people.
Listen,
I got a mayhem guy that I'm rooting for. You know, it's not biased by me. It's true.
I think that I think a lot of people get this wrong about. I think Travis is going to get top 5 in every single event. I think that he will peak for the games, but we're trying to get the truck to.
Oh my god,
That's your cover. That's your cover when he gets clapped.
And when he doesn't do that, I'll cover somewhere else.
Listen, Tyler, Travis has always been that beard's always been salt and pepper, but I saw a video of him the other day. It's looking a lot more salt these days. I'm worried about him holding up over the weekend.
He's going to be salty at the end of the weekend. That's what he's going to be.
No, I think he could do really well this weekend. I mean, like I do legitimately think, like, I know John doesn't think this is true, and JR, God bless his soul, he tried to play ball with me a little bit, but he couldn't give in enough. I think he could have like top 3 performances on almost every single event.
Yeah, man, I agree that the events line up really well for him, but it's so competitive, and when Adler and Roman are in the field, it's like, he could be close, and he could do exceptionally well, but like that still might be a 10th. It's just so deep.
So deep.
It's deep. So
everything that Mayer is good at, I think Hopper's better.
I disagree.
Do we have our picks?
Are we going to do picks?
Are we doing picks? Or
let's go picks. Let's go picks.
All right, we're doing it live.
Do we got graphics on the back end?
We don't.
Oh,
I sent y'all everybody's picks.
Yeah, spin prep season. I was at work, so sorry.
Come on, John. I could have made them.
Oh my god!
All right.
You want to go start at 1? I think we should start at 1 and work our way down.
Oh, okay. You guys start.
We're already almost an hour into the show. Are we in agreement? Maybe other than Tyler. I got top 3: Adler, Roman, Pepper. No questions. Clear top 3.
We are in disagreement.
Oh. All right, then here we go. Go ahead, John.
You mean the order?
No, just those top 3. Just those top 3.
We're still in disagreement, okay. Not by that much. Not by that much.
Okay.
Did you learn nothing from Taylor versus the world?
All right, then who do you got at 1 then?
At 1, I have Roman.
He's changing them while we're talking. That's why he took
No. I'm pulling them up so I don't mess up the order. At 1, I got Roman. Okay,
I got Adler. Adler.
I'm fine with that. Yep.
Yeah, I'm not going to fight over that.
We feel the same about that. Yeah.
Okay.
At 2, I have Adler.
Okay.
Two,
Tyler, do you have Mayer in first?
No, I have Dallin Pepper in first.
Oh, hey, that's not a bad show, man.
I don't mind it. Yeah. These 4 guys, I literally don't mind. Like you said 3, and I'm just going to bring it out to 4.
I do have Hopper in 4th. I just feel like it's a clear-cut 3. I like him, and I'm glad to hear you like him too.
So who's y'all? Your Adler is your 1. Who's your 1? Dallin Pepper. Who's your 2?
Me?
Yeah.
Jason Hopper.
And who's your 2?
Roman.
Okay. So we have the same 2, just different order. I'm fine with it. I'm good with it. 3, I have Jason Hopper.
Okay, so we're all playing ball together right now.
3, you have Dallin, right, Travis? And then 3,
correct.
I'm guessing you have Jeff?
Roman,
and you have Jeff 4th.
Oh no,
Travis. He's got Mayer.
He's got Mayer.
All right. So we're not going to talk to Tyler the rest of the show. So 4th, I have Dallin, and you have Hopper at 4th. I'm good to, if you want to talk through these 4, we can. I'm willing to accept that I think this is a tier by itself, and those names can be swapped in any which way. We'll see what happens.
I agree, John. I want to know what's made you change up your tune on Jason, because I think we all know you were the biggest Jason Flopper hater this past year.
Yeah,
you are bipolar on Hopper.
No. It depends on the competition. For the games, I was, because he got 31st freaking place. and he's supposed to be he's supposed to be around top 10 games
Every time.
level. And
So
he got 31st place.
So
Now,
is it okay? Go ahead.
How I feel
There you
about
go.
what Hopper can do.
Thank you, ECS Sounds.
Okay, good. Listen, Down's going to be fine. Calm down. Let me get through this. And then we can talk about y'all's infatuation with Down. Hopper is the only guy who's trying to talk trash to me on a regular basis. So I have to put him in his place at some point. But as far as his ability goes, semifinals are made for Hopper. He's always been amazing at semifinals.
Second place last year.
And first place his rookie year. And then I think he was second the year before that or year after that. Second or third. But like semifinals they're always built for Hopper. And anything that you think, so like you have Hopper fourth. Do you think he's going to beat Dallin in the run? I do.
Yeah, I do.
Right? Do you think,
honestly,
go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, No, I think it's gonna be so close that it's splitting hairs, and it's honestly gonna come down to execution. Like you're saying, you're not gonna fight me on those picks. I'm not gonna fight. You having Hopper ahead of Pepper.
We can go pick by pick, and I can tell you why. But like, I'm good with just leaving it up with those.
Let me ask you this, and those who've seen Jason Hopper snatch on Instagram will know: is it possible that we see Jason Hopper, the only athlete in the entire world, get a no rep on the snatch ladder for jumping outside of the box?
No, I know what you're saying, but he can hold. Like, I think he can be. He's fine. That's nothing compared to
first. It's only 265.
Yeah,
like he's gonna be fine. I actually think there's a chance that's his worst event.
Yeah, I would. What I always remark on anytime I'd see Jason do like the power lifts, like explosive lifts, is how slow he is. Like he moves so slow through lifts.
Yeah, he's a bit of an oaf. But I'm on the train this year. I think he's going to do really well.
Bukowski moves fast.
Yeah, they're big guys, I guess.
And that's the thing. Like you're just tall, and so it looks so slow. Yeah, whereas like slow. Hatfield does the same thing, and it's like boom.
Listen, I almost put him second, and then I was like, dude, Jeff is so good. But and so I ended up putting. I think Jeff's not going to have a great event as far as winning the competition goes in event 4. And I just think since the East is so deep, I could see him taking like 7th place in event 4, and that's the reason he doesn't win.
Okay, who have you got in 5th? You guys want to move on?
Yeah.
Let's get to the cut line. This field is so deep that
there's
a lot of action.
I think we're going to be really different here.
Yeah, like there's a lot of action at the cut line. Okay,
all right,
let's get into it.
I feel very confident about number 5. Very confident.
Me too.
Okay, go ahead.
Go, Tyler.
Jeff Adler.
Well, yeah, you should feel confident about
that. That's a safe 5.
I think, he's hot. Okay. That's a real safe 5. Okay, go ahead, Trav.
I have Samuel Cornway.
I have Jack Farlow. And I think Jack Farlow is going to surprise a lot of people.
I see.
Jack Farlow's impressed me the entire year. He was so impressive at Wodapalooza. He's got the best workout partner anybody could ask for. And I think he's continuing to improve.
In Luke?
Emma Lawson.
Oh, Jack. Sorry, I thought we were talking about Sam for a second. So I'm currently making my picks live on the show. I don't know if that's a surprise to anybody.
We're doing it live. Fuck it.
I can't put Sam that high, and I'm worried about Jack's movement speed to a degree on almost everything. To put them that high, I think Jack will qualify. I'm not so certain on Cornway.
I think Cornway will be comfortable.
I have almost like he's great, but he just is missing something, and I don't know what it is.
Well, he got messed up at the games last year and kind of bowed out there when he was dragging his ass in the run. But I feel like he always has something going on. Yeah, I agree. But when he's on, he's pretty good, and I feel like he's still got something to prove. He's got a bit of a chip on his shoulder. I like him. He's kind of he does fly under the radar even when he does do well. Like I think he came 5th last year at semis. even though I think there's a lot of big, powerful dudes in the field that this programming lines up for, and he's not necessarily one of those, I think he's still gonna have a pretty good weekend. He's experienced. He'll be solid.
There's nothing
He'll be
in
solid.
the programming that he's going to be bad at.
Yeah, he's well-rounded.
6?
My number 6. I'm very confident about this guy. Very confident. Austin Hatfield.
That's comical, man. That is incredible.
That's high, even for my.
All right, hey, when it happens,
Wow.
when it happens, what are you gonna say?
Let's think about this, because I was thinking about this last night when we were on the show.
You be thinking about what you're gonna say when it happens.
He barely beat Colton at Crash, and I know we're talking about a very different event.
That's a unique competition.
I almost don't even think Crash is applicable here. It could
I don't think it is.
semis and Crash.
How dare!
Hey, no, Crash is fantastic.
James Sprague was like 4th place.
He's gone. Don't
James. Stop, Tyler.
What's going on?
James Sprague was literally 4th place at Crash, and he's 3rd place in semifinals. You cannot use Crash to apply to the semifinals. It's so different.
They are probably couldn't be two events on the opposite ends of the spectrum for programming. John, my question to you is for Austin Hatfield: how is he going to qualify when he is in the bottom half for 4 events? All we have to do is take a side-by-side comparison.
Travis is freaking out right now.
Oh, am I back in now? I'm good?
No, you're good. You're good.
Oh, okay,
You
my
just
shit was all
stuttered a
messed
couple
up.
times.
Okay.
He's revved up. Let's go.
John, would you agree Austin Hatfield, we can make a pretty close comparison with Colton? Same stature. Their home run events are the same events, right? That's 2 and 5.
Their penalty events are not the same.
That's 2 and 5.
Yep.
And I'll tell you right off the rip, especially in the East, Austin Hatfield is not getting 5th in the run.
Okay, cool.
He's bottom half of the field. He's
not bottom half of the field.
He's bottom half.
Listen,
We'll
go by event by event.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you what happened.
Event by event.
Yeah. Event 1, 15th or lower. Okay,
Sure.
like 15th or better. 15th or better is what I'm saying.
No shot.
100%. He's been running, man. I'm telling you, I know this.
Commentator.
All right.
Commentator.
He's 15th or better. Okay, and then event 2 here. Just enlighten me. This is how I got here. You can disagree, but this is how I got here. Like, give me time to say this.
Okay. Go ahead.
Event 1, 15th or better. Event 2, win. Event 3, I think he just got a shot to beat Colton. So before you go, just wait and watch. Just wait and watch. All right. Event 3, what's event 3? Legless rope climb workout. 20th or better.
He's bottom half of the field, man, against this competition.
He's so much better
and
than
all
you
the
think.
top 10. Oh God.
I don't say
John, was it
bottom half of the field on
How
him.
do you not give Travis Mayer crap for being 4th place? But I got Austin qualifying, and you have a problem with that.
Because
it makes sense.
Why are you picking? Why are you picking this guy? Is it his 14th at Wadapalooza that impressed you?
Just
where he was like, what are you basing this off of? You can't be basing off of Crash because we know that's not a direct comparison or a comparison at all. So where are you picking him?
I know what this man is about to do, and you're gonna be shocked.
Okay, so event 4, John, a handstand walk row event.
Very fast on his hands. He rose.
That's
about
crazy.
5 seconds faster. Rose about 5 seconds faster than Colton, and he's faster on his hands than Colton. Okay?
That's crazy because I could have swore that when I watched event 6 last year at semifinals with handstand walking and pirouettes, the camera was watching Saxon Panchak work on his overhead squats. Behind that was the row, and then way in the back, you could see this little guy. He was trying to do a pirouette. And he was stuck back there, and that was Austin Hatfield.
He's not very good
in
at
John's defense, pirouettes don't matter.
They don't matter here.
Handstand walking is very different from pirouetting.
It is.
It is, but it's not that different. You can't even do it. If you can't even do a pirouette, you are not competing with some of these guys in the East in a race.
That's just not true. You can 100%. Straight sprint on your hand. It's falling. Pirouette requires control.
You need control.
You need control in that event. I bet he doesn't look as graceful either.
Hey, that guy won inverted medley. He's capable of doing a pirouette.
Watch a pirouette after 4 sit-down legless rope climbs.
Hey, listen.
As good as Saxon Panchak.
I'm not finding anything in this guy's track record that tells me he's 6th place in this field.
You're about to.
I'm not.
Okay, don't tell me where you have it.
Event 5,
is he qualifying?
Event 5, top 3. Event 6, top 5. Watch it happen.
Okay. All right.
disagree
Let's
with those,
let's
but
move
you
on.
need more
I
than
did
that.
I did have him in originally. I got him first or second guy out. I don't have him in.
Well, I have him
wow.
6th.
Shit. Okay.
I know. I don't have him on. But let's move on.
And you want to say he's my Bill Leahy, and I'm drinking the Kool-Aid? That's cool. I'm gonna sit over here and drink my Kool-Aid. Whenever you want Kool-Aid, and you're sitting over there thirsty because all your people didn't make the games, you don't get any
John,
of my Kool-Aid.
It's gonna be a French-Canadian takeover.
You don't get any of my Kool-Aid. That's not fair.
I think he's like
Canadian
a green.
people are the best people. You can't say that. Like, that's not fair. It's already been
like
taken
a
over by
green
French people.
Kool-Aid to me. What color is Hatfield Kool-Aid?
Oh, we're red all day. Red.
He's
Kool-Aid.
red.
Red
40.
Yeah.
Oh,
West
all right.
Virginia. We're classic. We're classic.
I had Will Morad at 6th.
That I have no problem with that at all. I think Will Morad's going to make it comfortably. I have him at 8th. I have Samwell Cornway at 7th.
No, I got Mayer at 6th.
I understand.
Sorry, Tyler.
That's really high.
Okay, number 7. We're gonna need to spend some time here.
I have Cornway.
I have Cornway.
So
we're gonna need to spend some time.
Back up your 8.
I have none other than Taylor Self. Highest
I think
pick.
You're high.
You better hope he doesn't watch this, Tyler. You better hope. You're gonna get lit up, bro. You're gonna get lit up.
He ain't gonna do nothing.
Listen.
Why do you have him 7th?
Listen, I have no concerns about Taylor's fitness level, aside maybe a little bit those little chicken sticks that he's got for legs. Okay, I think he might have a bit of a hard time in event 2. I'm a little worried there, but other than that, I'm not worried fitness level with Taylor. I'm worried mental game. I'm worried about a little bit of ring rust. He has not competed at a semifinal since 2021. And then on top of that, he's going to be in the first heat for event 1. And I think he knows that he needs to come out and clap booty cheeks in that event. And he's going to expect to win that heat. Now, what I worry is if there's a specialist in that heat or somebody comes out too hot and he gets baited into racing with them. We have seen that happen in quarterfinals, a la the wall ball and Burpee box jump event. I think it could fuck him up and it could mess up his mental game for the weekend. Those are my biggest concerns with
I don't think he got baited
story.
into a pace he couldn't hold on that. I think it just leg endurance wasn't there for him. His lungs, I think, were fine.
We already know that Adler's a gamer, that he wants to get in your head. And if I were these guys, I would note how emotional Taylor gets.
You're not allowed to heckle.
I would do. It doesn't matter what the camera, what mama don't see, don't hurt her. What I would do is exactly what Travis just said. I would find ways to get in Taylor's head, and I would make him wreck himself because he's almost like shit. What movie is that?
I don't know if Adler's concerned with Taylor. No offense to Taylor. I love him. I think he's going to do well. I don't think the reigning games champion is worried about Taylor.
So I think Taylor could win that event. Who's second? Is it Adler or Roman?
Man, I think Jeff wins that event going away. I don't think
it's going to be tough to beat Jeff.
I don't think anybody can touch him.
I think Taylor can do well for sure, but he's in the first heat, right? So that's working against him.
I think Taylor can, and I almost think he needs to be top 5 in that event.
Dude, Taylor and Adler being next to each other. Flip it on him, Taylor. Get in.
They're not going to be next to each other.
There might be a legitimate
close.
No, they're in different heats, Tyler.
Oh shit! Damn it!
Is there a chance Taylor gets kicked out before the weekend's over for heckling?
Yeah, hi.
Is there a chance? Is that a heat 1 prop?
He'll be the first athlete ever to get kicked out for trash talk.
Wouldn't be anybody else. So yeah, I'm confident in Taylor. I think he gets it done. Guy's got heart. A lot of pressure on him, man. I think he's going to handle it well in the end, though.
I don't know if there is a lot of pressure on him. I know everybody's saying he's going to make it, but it's always like the last 2 spots, except you, Travis.
Yeah, but he's got eyes on him, bro, and that comes with pressure.
I think Taylor's a gamer, though. Taylor's a gamer. I think he does he does his best when there's pressure on him.
He's a gamer. I think
he's going to. Yep.
He's 100% an athlete, and he feels no matter what he tells himself about, like the excuses of his knee or how he feels about the competition as a whole. When it's 3, 2, 1, go, all that shit will go out the window, and he wants to win.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, I think he's gonna. I think he's gonna handle it well.
If you want to have Taylor at 7th, I think it's a bit of a homer sensational pick, just like Travis at 4th. But you could say Hatfield's 6th is my homer pick. That's fine. I'm good with us all having one homer pick, although y'all argued about mine like the most, but it's okay. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that.
So far, I think yours is the most outlandish.
Mine?
Yeah.
Travis Mayer at 4th is probably the most outlandish, but
we all get one mulligan on the homer picks. Well, we won't harass it.
No, dude, we're good.
That would be fun. That would be fun. Like halfway in, we build in a feature in Heat 1 is if in your top 12 you get one mulligan pick, so you can swap somebody out. That would be cool.
I think you should be able to swap somebody out if they get hurt in the first 3 events, but
no.
Because that's like the top 12. My only qualm with that, although I think it should be like this, Tyler. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. It's just very lucky.
Yeah, and like, that's the thing. Like, there's no buy-in.
Who is sick? Who wants to try in the last event? Like, it's so just luck of the draw with that stuff.
Right.
But I kind of like that randomness, you know.
I do too, because every time you're like, damn it, like Hattie Kenyo got me.
You know, it's a bit of a lottery, and then like, you know, for the like skill, like shot caller, you have that with shot caller.
Right. 8, I have Taylor Self.
We're at 8. Oh, you gave me shit, man. You literally made me feel like shit for having him at 7. I don't think so. The gall, man. The gall.
Funny.
I have
Bachelorette
star Luke Parker.
Wow. I think that's high for him, but I don't mind it. I don't mind it at all.
Yeah,
I think a lot of these events are good for him.
He's a big, powerful guy. He lines up well for him. Dude, he did really well last year. And I think he's going to be solid. He's having a baby. Early dad strength.
Well, yeah. You're up, John.
8, I have Will Morad.
Got him in 6th. Have you said him yet? You haven't said him yet, Travis.
I am
Travis
typically
hates old people.
I'm ageist. I'm typically a big Will Morad fan, and I'm not gonna lie. Part of me, I almost forgot about him, but then I clicked on his profile. I saw he's 35, and I left him out. I do not have him going. I like him, and I do like a lot of these events for him, despite it being a big, powerful catering to those guys. I know,
Will Morad, man,
but he's short and he's old, man. I think like. You know,
short and old.
I worry about the durability, dude. Man. I think
a 14-year-old Jack Russell and a 14-year-old Great Dane are two very different things, and he's a Jack Russell.
Yeah. I think maybe we see like a wheel come flying off the rig on turn 3, and it's a disaster for him. That's why
when has it ever been, dude? He's got a little goal saver in him. Like he always finds a way to get it done.
He's an old crafty vet. We do remember him coming back from like 90 points down a couple years ago and knocking out Sprague.
81.
Yeah, that might be my worst
pick.
Worst pick. Yeah. I'll own it.
Number 9.
I have Saxon Panchik.
I have Alexander Caron.
Austin Hatfield.
Okay.
I can't argue
Caron,
with any of these.
No, I can't. I can't either, and I'm fine with it. Alexander Caron, kind of like Samwell. I just feel like there's always something going on with him. He's never healthy, and he's not as good as Samwell.
These French Canadian guys are babies. They're soft.
Caron, you have this Canadian bias.
I do have a French Canadian. I do have this bias. I don't even like French people, even though I have a French last name. But listen, I'm actually surprised that you guys aren't giving me flack for that pick. He's a bit of a Band-Aid ever since he blew his knee out at the games there in the rain squatting. We know he tore his pec last year, that whole debacle. He had a flare up at Wadapalooza. If he makes it through the weekend, if he can just keep it in one piece, I think he's going to get through, man. He's a big, powerful, strong guy, but he's got wicked cardio, and he struggles with that dense gymnastics that we don't have at the semifinals. So I think the events line up really well for him if he keeps it in one piece. Snatch ladder is going to be but the rest of the events are good. Yeah.
You know, if a
same as someone in the chat, same as Vigneault, man. Like I picture them kind of pretty similar, and they struggle with the same things, same build. But I pick Corona ahead of Vigneault.
As far as the top 12 game goes, though, he would be your fastest to lose points on. Because if they fall outside the 15, you don't get any points.
He's not thinking about the top 12 though.
I know.
He's thinking this is what my heart believes. Number 10, I have Travis Mayer.
Wow. Tyler, you got
Slow,
anything to
dude.
say about that? Yeah, that's low.
Slow.
Well,
Disrespect.
like you said, I think he's old. I hate old people.
Ages
You know,
for this,
he's,
but not for Will.
The events I think are decent for him. I don't think the events are as good as you guys think they are for him, but I think he's just going to be a little bit like Brandon Luckett. Like he's not ever going to have any home runs, but he's going to do well enough that he's always safe. And then as long as he executes, he's just going to make through without anybody thinking about him.
I will argue for it. This is my problem, Travis, is I can simultaneously argue for and against myself. Travis is really on when he's on. And he's when he's not, you're right. He's kind of like Brandon Luckett. He just kind of gets the work done and he's there. So I don't hate it.
10 spot. I got Jackie Farlow. I agree with John.
Same.
Just maybe not to just not to the same extent. Like he really has some impressive improvements, like with regards to his conditioning. Looks good. Yeah, he looked really good at Wadapalooza. And like you mentioned, training with Emma, I think, and he's like, 20, 21 years old. I put a lot of stock into that when we talk about, how much improvement they're making year to year. I would guarantee Jack Farlow's made more improvement in the past year than Will Morad.
Yeah, sure.
Do you have a kid? Are you a dad?
I think they're talking about Mayor.
Mayor. I was like, what? It's like you're like fucking 15 years old.
He's older than me. He's your age.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah, he's like 31.
With a head of hair like this too.
You got great hair.
I'll cut some off and mail it to you.
Listen, a 21-year-old can't grow that mustache. Okay, come on now.
It's
thick.
Fair.
Not as thick as Bryson's, but yeah.
Bryson's.
Okay.
That thing's taken 3 years to grow out. Not really. He shaved it not too long ago.
Okay.
I got Saxon 11th.
I'm fine with it.
I think I'm gonna get a lot of heat here. I have Benoit Boulanger, another French Canadian sneaking in.
You already had your home. You already had your homer pick.
Yeah, you got nothing but homers. You're doomed.
Yeah. Listen. The reason I'm picking this guy
is because he's Canadian.
Yeah.
Not because he's French Canadian. Listen, I have a few reasons. Okay.
If he does not win event 1, then this is trash.
I think we're gonna see a 1-2 in event 1. It's Jeff Adler and his training partner Benoit. Listen. He's a young guy. He's 25, coming into his prime. He barely missed out last year. Well, he was in 17th.
Checks the ages. The box. Got it.
He was in 17th.
Always check the age. Always check the ages. Hey, different. Listen, let me get to my point.
Check the age box too.
Listen, bigger point here is the programming's a lot different than last year. He got clapped on that 1 rep max snatch. Yes, I know there's the snatch ladder, but that's better than the 1 rep for him. He's a big aerobic guy. He's training under the watchful eye of Carolyn Lambre and everybody's favorite Chris Hinshaw. The man has an engine. He's a big guy. I think he's going to get it done this weekend.
One watchful eye. Other ones, really, both of them are on Adler. She's got like the Hiller watchful eye on him. Kind of one wanders off every now and again.
That's an underrated comment. What did he snatch last year?
255.
Doomed.
Does he clear
He's
the
been
ladder?
training hard, man. He's been training hard. He's gonna.
Everybody's been training hard, bro.
Hey, listen. There's levels. I'll be on all weekend with you, John. We'll be able to discuss it. We'll see. I
can't wait.
I'm confident.
You're gonna get grilled about this.
Yeah. John, who have you got in 11?
In 11th place, I have Luke Parker.
Solid pick.
In 12th place, I have Luke Parker.
Who's your 11th?
11th is Saxon Panchik.
Okay. And your 11th was Benoit?
Correct. And then I have Fina. You did 11th already, didn't you?
Yeah, Luke Parker. And then the guy that you have is the first guy out. Who do you got?
I have Alex Vigneault.
Dude, he's heavy on that.
There's a heavy French-Canadian contingency
bias.
About to dominate Knoxville.
All right, go ahead, Tyler. Who's your last one out?
Luke
Parker?
Yeah.
My last guy out, it's going to be heartbreaking. I have Taylor Self.
Wow, you bumped him. Holy. Wow, this is not going to be good for your relationship.
Yeah, whatever I said earlier is going to get missed.
Yeah,
send Taylor a link, man. Get him in here right now.
I mean, I'm sure he's upset about it, but or you know what, he might not even care. Like
he might be turning this shit off now. If I were him, I wouldn't be listening to anything right now.
I have Taylor Self as 12th. I just think I agree with you. I think he's going to murder the first event. He needs to murder this first event. You're wrong. I want him to make it. I want him to make it. It's just the East has so many good people.
We have 16 returning games athletes, not from past year,
many
maybe,
good
but there's
people.
16 games athletes plus Taylor, and a couple other guys.
And I'm scared for him in event 2. Like event two, what would you say is the lowest place he could take? 20th?
I mean, dude, we've seen people almost take a 30th, especially.
And he's got
but they have to have home runs. And Taylor's a consistent guy. He's not a home run guy.
I would say he can get a bunch of top 10 scores.
Yeah. I think he's going to obliterate. I think 3 and 4 he's going to obliterate. 6 he's going to do really well. And
see, here's the thing. I had him in where I thought 3 would be more of a gymnastic. The rope climbs would count for more. Instead of it's a box jump and bike workout, and there's a lot of big, strong, powerful guys, and I think he's going to lose to all of them.
That's a valid point. That's a valid
point. Where that event might have been 5th place for him if it was a gymnastics test. Now it's a 12th, right? So like say he doesn't do as good let's say he does what we think he will, and let's say he gets 4th in the first event. 4th, and then if he gets 20th and then 12th, and then he's not in a qualifying position going into the last day. You think he's going to make that home run on the snatch workout? I don't. I think he's going to be fine. I think he'll clear it and he'll be fine, but he's not going to win that workout. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't think he'll need to.
But like, say he gets 10th in that, and then he gets event 4. Say he gets like 8th, and then he's in a position where he's going to be in a 11th spot, 10th, 11th place, and then it comes down to that last event, and he's shown to be nervous about leg endurance. Leg squatting, lunging endurance. And I know he's a better lunger than he is squatter, but
dude, and I just did that workout yesterday. I don't even know how much, especially at their level with how fast they're going. Like, I don't think it's a ton of legs. It's a lot of grip, man. It's just all grip. And you got to consider, he's not the biggest.
They're going to push the bike. It's going to be more legs than you experience.
The only
took longer to do that stuff. There is no rest. By the time their bike to lunge time is much, much shorter than you or me. You know, I didn't feel my legs at all either, but that time in the middle is so much.
You're so wrong about this.
Yeah, I think his him being one of the best in the field in the muscle ups, he's going to be able to push the bike a lot harder, maybe even crank her with the arms a little more if he needs to. He's going to smash the muscle ups, so he's not going to have any errors like we've seen Colton make, and see if he gets it done.
And again, I want him to make it. Y'all don't take me in the wrong place. I want him to make it. I'm going to be overjoyed if he does.
This is your analyst
overjoyed
side.
If he does.
Right.
If he's in a place where he has to be top 10 and event 6, that's a scary place. And I think mentally you need to be prepared to not send it, but to execute to the best of your ability. And like you guys have said, he's kind of wavered mentally this last week. He doesn't act like he wants it. And
I do worry he's doing
if you want
kill Taylor tomorrow, but
all right.
It's gonna be.
I'm not worried about that one.
It's gonna be fucking nuts, man. This weekend is by far and away the most competitive semi for the men and the women. The talent
Knuck
here
and
is
Futz
crazy.
for sure. So Luke Parker. Let's move on to the women.
As long as you don't have Raptis in the one spot, Tyler.
Number 1, Alexis Raptis. No, I'm just kidding. Unless something astronomically crazy happens, which I'm just not going to predict that. I think we all have the same top 3: Tia, Alexis, Emma.
We do not have the same top 3.
Oh, okay.
Again, once again, y'all, like the 4th person, you just don't think about And I think the fourth person is in the same tier and much, much better. Travis, are you on Tyler's side or my side on this?
I'm not on your side. I see you placing Danielle Brandon in that top 4.
Uh-huh.
And I'm not with it. I think John, I'm going to disagree with you right from the rip. I think Tia's in 1, but Emma's a lot closer to her than even she is to Raptis and Brandon. And I'm putting a lot of stock in the young blood, making a ton of progress and still developing.
Young blood.
Can you remind me again? I forgot where Emma Lawson's from.
I have no idea, man. I have no idea. Is America the size of Europe? Is America bigger than Europe?
Where's Emma Lawson from?
I don't know maps, man. Listen, I'm putting a lot of stock. She's just graduated high school. Okay, she's not doing homework no more. She's crushing it. There's a ton of progress to be made. She's still developing.
Well, hey,
she's looking good, man.
What word was that?
Which one? I said like 30.
What has she made a ton of?
Money.
Progress. Yeah, it's progress in America.
Progress.
It is progress. All right, here we go.
You know what? I'm betting a bit. I'm willing to bet Emma Lawson says progress the same way you do.
And listen,
it's all right. It's all right, Travis. You don't have to be sorry about it.
Sorry.
I'm not going to be sorry about it. And listen, as a wise senior analyst in the space, Brian Friend says it's so important. It's so important. Listen.
Yeah, that's enough of that.
It's so important to have every aspect of your life in order to be competing at the highest level. And you're going to look at me in the eyes and tell me that Danielle Brandon, the hurricane herself, is going to be competing with Emma Lawson.
One of the most mentally strong.
Who's sleeping 10 hours a night.
Yeah.
This girl's life is in turmoil. She's all over the map, man. They're on different levels. They're on different levels.
You got to have a little trauma every now and again just to keep.
They're on different levels.
Life's
man.
too easy.
Here. How about this, Travis? Okay. This is how I feel about. Would you agree that Danielle Brandon's in the second tier with those two girls?
I would.
Okay. Emma Lawson, you could say is the first one by a lot in that tier. If you want to say that, that's fine. But you would agree they're in that little tier together, and then there's a jump, right? There's a gap down.
I think Haley Adams is going to look good. I think she's going to surprise a lot of people.
All right. Well, she's a snatch ladder, so she's out.
Not going. She ain't going to the games.
No. She's going to the games. Fine, but she's out of that tier. If you say, like, what I think is that those 4 girls are relatively going to be in the top 5 on almost all of these events, all of them. Danielle Brandon has a guaranteed win. Emma Lawson does not. So Emma Lawson could beat her in 4 out of the 6 events, and Danielle Brandon could still beat her because Danielle Brandon will be 3rd or 4th the whole time. Emma Lawson will be 2nd the whole time. And then that 100 points that she gets, and Emma Lawson's going to have 88 points in one of those events, and then Danielle Brandon's going to be ahead of her.
I don't think it's going to be like we see in Oceania where it's the same top 4 people getting top 4 in all the events. I think there's going to be some more people middling.
Go ahead and tell this man why he is wrong.
Me?
No.
Oh, wait. John calling out someone for his bias. LOL. If DB wasn't coached by his coach, he would be picking Emma.
John's a free agent.
He's not. Yeah, he's free agent. That's a good way to say it. Hell,
I'm not even with her coach anymore, and I'm telling you, she's going to get 2nd. That's
John's fielding offers right now.
How unbiased I am. I am not fielding offers.
He's a JY barbell athlete.
I'm programming myself right now. Yeah, I'm JY barbell club. I'm doing this. And anyway, Emma Lawson's wins events 2 and 6.
John's brain just broke.
Yeah. Good luck. Okay, I will put up a lot of money that Tia wins both of those if she wants to. I swear to God, Tia, if you check out on event 6, I'm gonna be so mad that I'm gonna say Emma Lawson's gonna win the games because you and Laura are freaking punks. I just think Emma Lawson, Alexis Raptis, and Danielle Brandon are going to be all together the whole entire time, 2nd through 4th. And I think Danielle Brandon has a guaranteed win coming her way, and none of the rest of the girls do. And I think that point jump is going to jump her into 2nd place, and then it's going to be within 10 points, 3rd and 4th.
Yeah, I think it'll be a little more spread out. I think Lawson will be closer to Tia than people think. I think Raptis will be third. Danielle's fourth. It's all close. It's all close.
Okay, and I have Danielle second, and then Emma Lawson third, and Alexis Raptis fourth. Go ahead, Tyler. Your top four.
Dude, 4 is a hard one.
She can't win the dance. This comment happened. I've taken up for you a few times. This comment is retarded. Tia cannot beat Danielle Brandon in event 4. Okay, Danielle Brandon is going to stomp everybody. It's not going to be close.
I don't want to pick Danielle for 4, but like it is a different class after her. Like there are great athletes below her, but it's just not the same. We're talking about she's a top games athlete. Yeah. So I'm going to go Danielle Brandon at 4. Do you want me to do 5 or are we
yeah, 4? Let's do it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Keep
go
it
5.
rolling.
You all do 5 first.
What the freak?
I got Haley Adams in 5th. I think she's going to come back refreshed after a year. I think maybe some people are discounting her as if she hasn't really been training hard the last while. I think she has. I think she's going to be feeling mentally really well, and that translates to a strong physical game. She's always been good. And I think she's pretty clearly in the 5th spot, in my opinion.
Okay, I'm going to go with...
I couldn't agree more with Travis. Everything he just said, I am the same. I have Haley Adams in 5th.
Beautiful.
I'm going to go with Amanda Barnhart. I'm going to go on the side that her shoulder is fine and training has been going great. Because I think in that case, she can beat Haley.
Yeah, I don't know. She's too much of a that's too much of a risk. I think that's too much of a risk. I do have Barnhart next in 6th. I think it's too much of a risk.
Barnhart like in 10th.
Yeah, it is definitely a bit of a risk picking her, but I think it's even a bigger risk to put her ahead of Haley for sure. But she's like a big, powerful chick, and we know the programming for this weekend, so I think she'll do good.
But for the
Joke's
girls,
on you, Heavy Sevy. I didn't know. I don't even have them. They're coming up live.
Stay fluid. He's staying fluid.
For the girls, I think it's different. I actually really, really like the programming for the women because the legless rope climb workout, the legless matters. The legless matters for the women. Yeah. And Haley Adams is a very, very good legless rope climber. Haley Adams has a chance to win event 1. Like there's so many events where she can make a lot of gap on Amanda Barnhart. And then the freaking event 6, you go and broken on the ring muscle ups, you automatically have an advantage as a woman. The bike is not near as important. It's ring muscle ups and lunges. So
for sure.
Barnhart has one workout where she can distance herself from Haley Adams, and Haley Adams has like 3 workouts where she can distance herself from Barnhart. And I think Barnhart's such a wild card with her shoulder. It's impossible to tell you how good she's going to do until we see it. And we haven't seen it in a live competition at all. So I have Barnhart way down there. I still have her making it, but I have her in 10th place.
Fair enough.
Who's y'all 6th?
Yeah, I don't think that's a bad take. I agree. Bit of a risk. So that was Adams in 5, Barnhart in 6 for me. Okay. John, did you do your 6 or was that?
I haven't. 6th, I have Carolyn Prevost. And Carolyn Prevost.
I love that pick, man. I love that pick. Good Canadian girl. Good Canadian girl.
Oh, yeah. See, listen, damn it. You can't just play into it like that. You can't just unguardedly tell us you're a Canadian pro.
He is.
No, I'm honestly not. I just it's just shaking out that way.
Listen, he's pro-Canadian and I'm pro-West Virginia. It's okay.
I understand.
I got man, I love that pick though. She's gritty. She's older too. She's old.
Consistent. She is one of those ones that's just going to have an even keel weekend the whole entire time.
Yeah, and she's she's a hockey player. She knows how to muck and grind. I think she's going to get gritty. I think that I got her a bit lower, but I see her coming into that last event against like a little pipsqueak like Annika Greer and marching down the field and securing her games ticket. I really like her.
And might not make it past event 1.
No, I agree. And I've seen her in the comments of the show before, so I wanted to give her a vote of confidence because I am a fan. I like her.
Just let the record show I had her the highest.
I'm surprised.
I had
event 2 is what I'm worried for. It's a lot of double unders. She
I had
don't
Haley
like those double
at
unders.
6, by the way.
Okay, so we're not all far away from Haley.
No. It's just so hard. It's like, what's going to happen? Some of this programming's bad for her. Some of it's good for her. The field's changed a little bit since she's been gone. So I'm being conservative. I probably shouldn't be, but I'm being conservative. 7.
I don't think 6 is conservative. We had her 5th.
I mean, some people would put her in fucking top 3.
Well, they're on crack.
I got Brooke Wells.
7,
Brooke
yeah.
Wells. Brooke Wells in 7th.
I have
She's
Wells
she's
too.
resilient.
I have Brooke Wells
Man,
as
she's
well.
Dang.
she's crazy
Dang.
resilient.
Crazy resilient.
That elbow, man. That elbow, man. It's amazing.
We'll see how resilient it is in the snatch ladder. Dude, it'd be crazy.
I am nervous
if it snapped
about her.
again. I'm not trying to put it in the ether, but we'll be
But I'm
watching
going to
for
put it in the ether.
No.
Knock on wood.
She'll be fine. She'll be
all right. She'll be all right.
8.
She's a staple. I got Prevo in 8. Got
8. Who's your 7th, Tyler?
I had Brooke. We all 3 had Brooke.
8. I have Fisa Gaffi.
That's high.
I think you just hate Fisa Gaffi, man.
No, I don't hate Fee at all. I think she's a great athlete, but like
she's going to be really consistent the whole
workout.
way. Wait, the legless rope climb workout, she's going to murder, dude. It's
Not
that
on the
workout
bike,
is the workout says less about the bike for the women. That workout is a legless rope climb workout for the women. For the men, it's a biking box jump workout. Wildly different. For the women, the semifinals, I think, is very appropriately programmed. For the men, there is a power bias. Hard. But for the women, it is not like that. Like the ring muscle-ups matter. The legless rope climbs matter. And Fee is great at those things. And she's a good barbell cycler. Like, I think she'll clear the ladder fine, even though it's like right up where her max is. I think she'll be able to clear it. And I just think it's going to be a really good, consistent weekend from Fee.
I want to talk about this. I found out where Hiller and I's Venn diagrams overlap this weekend. We both like just totally derailing shit. Like if you notice, if you watch the show, he just says shit that's not pertinent to what's going on.
I mean, that's pretty pertinent.
I do not hate Fee at all. I really enjoy Fee.
And she's the nicest woman ever, bro. Great smile.
John making the moral picks, picking Fee, sweet girl, absolutely hating on Daniel or Danny Spiegel for the haram Instagram posts. It's getting
I picked Daniel Brandon to be second.
Listen,
so it's not.
Listen, I got Fee as well, and John, I think you make a good point. Listen,
Fee as well.
I'm not picking her because she's a sweet girl, though. I do think you make a good point that with the power bias with the men's programming, it's not the same for the women. Although I did kind of reference it a bit in my Barnhart pick. The gymnastics are so much more important, whereas for the guys, it's irrelevant. So yeah, I like Fee. She's got the fitness. She'll be fine.
So 8 was that 8 or 9?
Fee, that was 8.
That was 8. I did Prevo.
Okay.
For 8. Number 9. Number 9.
I got Schweck. I know that's not how it's pronounced, but
no, I think that's how you do it.
Oh, really? I thought it had I remember it had something that wasn't obvious.
Maybe it's like chef. It's something like
that's what it is.
Crazy,
I think
crazy like that. Yeah.
Check.
I refuse to pick her because nobody could say her name.
Check.
Yeah, this could be a nightmare on the commentary for a couple of amateurs. Yeah, I got her. I don't know. She's a bigger chick. She looks good. Like the scores in quarterfinals.
So she looks good.
It was getting slim and picking. Well, I don't mean like aesthetically pleasing. I mean like her build. I like her build.
She's ugly.
Okay.
John,
now you're putting words in my.
You're just trapping him.
I'm just asking for an
No matter which way you turn, he's gonna make you look bad.
Listen, man, you know what I mean. Okay, Barclay Dale. It's like chef. So I got chefs in. The chef is in. Okay, she's
chefs.
Chefs.
Jordan
Chefs.
I
think I can help with this pants situation. In this case, I can't. I'm just gonna make the pants situation worse.
I have the most forgettable person in the world. I'm sorry.
Wow.
It's that way.
That's rude.
No, it just seems like it is. It seems like it is. And I think she would get it.
Paige Semenza.
Paige Semenza.
Nobody talks about her ever. And all she does is just keep on keeping on going to the games. Perennial games athlete. One of the most consistent people there is. And yeah, I just think
You're
she's not
gonna
going to have a
say-
hole.
If you're gonna say this phrase, you have to spell firing that way.
Fern.
Firing.
He's firing.
I have
I'm furring.
Ashley Wozni.
Ooh,
That's a homer pick right there.
that's a homer pick, and that's a lumbering individual in event
She's
one, man. That's
exposed
as John
in
said on
event
the on Spincast. That's a lumbering thing, brother. I think I see her trotting in about
Did he
30.
say that?
About 35th place in
think-
event one, man.
think
He did
you
say
say
that.
Who was it about?
It was like Danny Spiegel. I
was
think
it
he called it.
Spiegel?
That's a lumbering thing.
Oh, I think it was on her handstand walk.
Yeah, I think so
'cause
too.
she
I think
just
so
looked-
too.
She was next to like some fast little gymnast girl. I'm like, man, that's a lumbering thing. And I didn't
Now-
mean to. It sounds so much worse when I say it without thinking or with thinking about it.
Oh,
But
how do you feel about Kyra's little legs pumping as hard as they could? They
trotting. She
trot
trotted
as-
it up.
Now, listen.
I couldn't be happier for Kyra.
The thing with the Ashley pick, Tyler, is like I just kind of talked about and John was mentioning, it's not the big powerful programming for the females that it is for the guys. She's going to struggle on the gymnastics and the running. I think
I
she's
don't
going to
think
be
so. Well,
she's going to be in
so
trouble.
on the running, yes, I think she'll go a little slower there, but
She's
I still
Olivia
think she's-
Kerstetter without the home runs.
I still think she's the upper half of the field. I think you guys are wrong about the gymnastics and the fitness portion of this. She's still really good at gymnastics. And she's so freaking fit, dude. I think people won't see her coming, but to those who have been watching her, it's been a long time coming. So the Waz. Plus, we need somebody charismatic like Ashley.
I think she's like Allison Scuds and just destined to be a semifinals athlete for the rest of her life.
No. She got that vibe. Go ahead.
Someone
That's
did
semifinal vibe.
someone did ask this question: is there an athlete in this field that could win 2 events and not qualify? There is 100%. It's Austin Hatfield.
Oh, for the men.
We'll carry on with the show.
Yeah,
We'll carry
yeah,
on with the show.
Yeah.
Okay, if you wanted to pick a person that is like that, I would agree. It's Austin Hatfield. I think Austin Hatfield is going to do better at the events that Colton did bad at. Obviously, or I wouldn't have him pick that high. But absolutely, it's Austin Hatfield. Because the other people who can win events, Roman, Jeff, they're going to be shoo-ins. Hopper, Dallin, they're all going to be shoo-ins. Tia, there's not one for the women because Tia's there. But go ahead.
In the 10 spot, I'll go first. I have Yolo Folo. Another Canadian. Is it?
You all
is
get
it,
me on these homers, and then you do some shit like this.
with the amount of Canadians we're
What do
seeing?
you know about Erica Folo?
She's Emma Lawson's training partner, and that's
I think-
all I need to know. She dominated quarterfinals, and then the second fittest woman in the world is her training partner at the gym.
I've worked out with JR. Does that make me as fit as him?
No, but you didn't dominate quarterfinals either. Like she was like third or fourth in the region in quarterfinals.
Yeah, she had a crazy good performance, and she did last year too. Even though she went on a team, I think she did the individual quarterfinals and was in the top 20. She's solid. Another young chick, man, that makes a lot of improvements year to year.
I think that's your Hattie Canio in this.
Yeah, and
region, too.
once you get kind of past these top 5 for the women, like there's a lot of open field. I think she'll do good.
Yeah, and like with the Folo pick, it's almost like, well, who's like, if you don't have her, who do you have beating her? And the names that you would have beating her, they're not like, there's no names out there where you're like, yeah, that girl's going to get in. You know what I mean? Everything's going to be like up in the air. There's going to be workouts that they're going to be bad at. There's going to be workouts they're going to be good at. You know what I'm saying? There's no like, this person's going to be great the whole time. Yeah, after I have Barnhart 10th, and then I have Yolo Folo 11th. And after Barnhart, I think there's just a hodgepodge of women.
Can you imagine how fun it's going to be to hear Lauren Khalil call Yolo Folo as she crosses the finish line every time in exciting fashion?
John will never say it. He'll never say it again.
I don't think Lauren Khalil will ever say Yolo Folo.
Yeah, we'll see. I've got Savage in 11.
Elena Savage.
Savage.
He's got a Savage for number 11. Let me tell you.
Sorry, don't have your name here. She's the Savage, man. That's it. That's all I got to say about that.
Savage.
We're at 10.
11.
We're at 10 or 11.
Coffee.
Yeah, Fiat 11.
She
the last
snuck in.
spot.
I that was 10 for me. 11, I have Shelby Neal. So I go Fee and then Shelby.
Now, John, let me ask you. I think no one here had Annika Greer in. She's somebody that is kind of getting a lot of attention. She's one of those people that's getting a lot of attention despite a lack of achievements. Is that surprising, given that we're saying that there's an emphasis on gymnastics for the females and we're still leaving her out? Why are you leaving her out?
Yeah, the gymnastics that Annika Greer thrives at aren't here. Like if there was a strict handstand push-up workout, she would murder it. She's good at ring muscle ups, but that's one event. And like legless rope climbs, she's little bitty. She's kind of got Colton Mertens vibe on legless rope climbs. Like I just think it's going to take her. I don't think she has an advantage on legless rope climbs versus the other women. And then she's like one of the slowest bikers in the field. Like power output for Annika Greer is her worst enemy. That's like she's the most poor at
besides running.
And then she's got the running event. The running event, she might be 36th place. And
so you think there's just when I compare her with Fisa Gaffey, it's just a fitness.
It's just a fitness.
It's a different level.
It's 100%,
a different level, similar athlete.
It's just a fitness thing for sure. It'd be like, okay. If I could not, if I was 30 pounds weaker and me and you did the semifinals against each other, me and you, it would not matter. You're just fitter. There's a fitness gap. You know what I'm saying? And there's nowhere that I can make up on it, right? Because Annika Greer's not going to make those points up anywhere. She's not going to randomly beat Tia or Danielle Brandon or Emma Lawson or Alexis Raptis in any of the workouts. There's not a handstand push-up workout that she can be a specialty person and beat those girls. Like that's how it's going to be versus her and a person like Fisa Gaffey. Fisa Gaffey, who's just going to beat her at everything and be consistent the whole time. Annika Greer needs home runs because she's going to start in a hole. Danny Spiegel started in a hole. Olivia Kerstetter started in a hole. But they are home runs USA on day 3. And Annika Greer is not those girls.
It's a fair assessment. Very thorough as well. Well done. You know your stuff. Don't
compliment me. I'm out my.
And do you know what?
Yeah, we need to beat him down, dude. He's too full.
Well, do you know what? I got to be honest. John, recognizing I'm fitter than him, I will give John his props. He did beat me in the only event I've tried so far, event 6. So it was a really impressive time.
You haven't tried the first 4. That's why. It's pretty easy to point
out. We're seeing the improvements already from John joining JY Barbells.
Yes, I was very good in a 3-minute workout. Yeah.
If you're going to do CrossFit programming, are you going to have to rebrand?
No, because I'm still making people strong every day. You know what I mean? I could make people strong and not train strength myself.
Fair. It's the pro program. You're on the pro level.
No, this is just me trying to work on my weaknesses. If you want to do legless rope climbs and burpees all day, then you can hop on the train. But that's about all I'm doing all day is running, biking, burpees, and legless rope climbs.
Last one. Page number 12 gave up mine is Paige Semenza. Last one.
Me too.
That's your last person out. My last person out is Lydia Fish.
John, somebody brought up that I was going to pick Lydia. I think this is a bad weekend for her. This is not. She is incredibly fit and can do things that you would assume that she couldn't do. But I think even given that, this is a hard weekend for her to win.
Well, obviously she's not going to win, but
right.
I see it the other way. I think there's a lot of workouts that she can do really, really well at, and then, get crushed in the snatch ladder. Right. So I think she'll be good at event 1. I think the weight's not heavy enough and she's very aerobic. I think she'll be really good in event 3 with the legless rope climbs, because I think she'll be able to do those better than most of the women. And I think event 4, she could be second place. Legitimately, she could be second place in event 4.
Do you think event 1 or event 2, the front squats are as heavy for the girls as they are the guys? I would say no.
So here for the elite, the top of the top, the girls that are going to make it, I would say no. But there is a huge gap between the top 20 girls in the world and then all the fit semifinals girls in strength. A huge gap. And then, but for the men, there is not that gap in strength, the heats that you go down a lot of times like the stronger guys are in the last heat because they're not fit enough.
Yeah.
Right. So like the front squats, I do think are going to make a difference for somebody like Lydia.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that'll be one of her worser events because of the front squats. But as far as like for the top 10 women, then yes, that 155 feels lighter than the 225 for the men. But all the rest of the girls, it doesn't. Does that make? It's weird that there's a drop off like that. But that is how it is.
I know what you're saying. So we're all tied up here.
That's it. That's all 12.
Yeah, we didn't really disagree on much. You guys just really don't like Austin Hatfield, and Travis likes all the Canadians. Oh, my bad, Tyler. You really don't like Fisa Gaffi, and Travis doesn't like Austin Hatfield, and you're high on Canadians. You're high on TTT, and I'm right. On to the next one.
I cannot see. I can't see a world where with this programming that Colton doesn't make it. In not as deep of a field as, in my opinion, and Hatfield makes it in East, despite there being more spots. But in this programming, they got the same home runs, same weaknesses.
They don't have the same weaknesses.
So,
I think Hatfield's a lesser extreme of Colton. So like the home runs that Colton has, Hatfield is 95% Colton in those home runs. The weaknesses that Colton has, Hatfield is 3 inches taller. So I think he's like 70% of the weakness that Colton has. He is, dude. Colton's short.
I don't think so, dude. They looked a lot closer at Crash, or maybe I just don't remember.
You're a towering 5'8".
I am a towering 5'8".
It's a big 5'8".
Right.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, I think
I had this weird. This is going back.
You've been with Sevon, right?
Dude. Sevon's tiny.
Yeah, Colton is Sevon's height.
Yeah.
Like, you need to think about that.
It's weird because Sevon presents still large. Like, he's as short as he is. And even though you're in person with him, he still presents larger after a while. It's weird.
Oh, dude, I didn't get that vibe at all. When I met him at the game, 5'7" with shoes on.
At the first moment, yes, you definitely feel it. But like after a while, after his personality comes out, it's like he seems just as tall as everybody else. I had this weird moment where I saw myself on the screen with everybody. It's like we never really see each other from here down. And I was like, I'm bigger than everybody. I didn't realize that.
And
it was weird.
I think that makes me feel because I know I'm bigger than you. I think Taylor just presents smaller than people.
Yeah,
I think Taylor just presents smaller.
Yeah, it doesn't help when I'm with JR and Taylor.
I think JR is real skinny, and Taylor's not as skinny as JR, but he's not like super thick either.
Taylor's got that deceptive build because he's so pale, man. It's hard to be aesthetic when you're that pale. Honest to God, he's pretty muscular. But you look like shit.
No, he's strong. I'm not saying he's not strong at all. It's just
if you put that stuff they put on bodybuilders, he would look insane shredded. But anyway, let's move on.
All right.
No. The tanning oil, the dark stuff that they rub all over them. Betting with the boys, I always feel bad because Spin always makes his own bets. But we're just going to go straight up with what's in the Heat One app. So pull out your Heat One apps and play along with us. First one is Toomey event wins. 4+, 3, 2, or 1. What you got, John?
I think Toomey wins 4 events and an outside shot at 5. I think she'll be second on one of the others. I think Toomey will be have 4 first, 1 second, and 1 fifth.
I'm going to go with.
Don't think I wasn't trying to bring up your ass in this. Will.
Yeah.
John, his ass is huge.
Boy, he's cheeked up.
He's
cheeked up.
Got some legs on him. And
it's not like we should compare.
I only talk about it.
I only got Tia with 3, and I think I remember the same thing we did with. Well,
why do you hate Tia, Travis?
I'll tell you why. Because nothing to do. First off, you did the same thing with Laura in Europe. You thought she was just going to run the table and
she
dominate.
Should have.
Didn't happen.
She should have. If you put those second places as first places like they should have been.
Stop yelling, bro.
She should have
Listen.
had 4 wins.
Calm yourself down, John.
Listen, so she got 2?
Yeah,
I think
2
the same
first
thing's gonna
and
happen with
2
Tia.
seconds.
She's gonna mix in a couple seconds. She's gonna dominate and still win the event, but I don't see her winning 4 or 5 events.
Oh, I
But
can.
It's gonna be hard. I'll tell you right off the rip.
think
She's not
good-
winning 6. She's not winning 6, and she's not winning the handstand walk. So that's 4 right off the rip. And I'm
That's
giving
5.
one other one. Sorry. No,
Like,
sorry. I
if-
said she's not winning event 6, and she's not winning the
Oh,
handstand
okay.
walk.
Who's winning
And then I'm
event
gonna
6?
I'm gonna throw one in there. I'll go with Prevo or anybody. But listen, I think somebody else is gonna mix one in there. So I give her 3.
I think the only chance is Haley winning event 1.
Yeah, I like that too. So that's why I'm going like 1.
And Danielle Brandon, I think
4 and
is a
6.
given. If Laura wanted to, if there was like $100,000 money on the line, she would have won.
I realize I can screw with John's
Go softly
volume.
into the night.
Sorry. Sorry, John.
No,
Go
I
ahead.
have
People
never
want-
been so like freaking pull it up. Patrick Vellner has it in the bag, so just not gonna try.
And do you know what? JR made a good point to call you out on one of the shows that you were so furious with Laura Horvath not pushing that snatch just purely to defend your ego as an analyst. That was it. Like it had no outcome on the competition, but you were just so cheesed about your prediction being wrong.
She
That was
crossed it
great.
for you.
It's because I believe it to be true that she could have. If she couldn't, if it's not within her ability, I cannot be busted up about it.
She
But
took
the
the
fact that I
quarterback's
think I 100% think she could, and then she chose not to. That is why it eats me up.
And why do I feel like you were just like destroying her in her DMs and she's not even seeing them? I can just see you furiously typing.
I'm not Savon. I don't.
You should have. You should have.
I don't DM athletes. I don't text athletes.
It doesn't matter. She ain't gonna read it anyway. So okay, I'm gonna go 3. I don't know why. I just don't feel like the story's too good. If she wins all of them,
she's not gonna win
even
event
if
5. Or 4,
even if she wins 4, it just seems too good. I don't know. I know everybody thinks that I make crazy picks and I can't just pick the obvious thing, and I can't.
No, you don't. You don't, bro. You're good.
You don't have to. You can do whatever you want.
I can do whatever. That's right, John. It's my app.
It's your opinion too. Like I can't tell you what to say.
Taylor self-qualifies. I actually just thought about this. You could actually do a little bit of a straddle here, a little bit of a earnings opportunity. Taylor self-qualifies, yes or no. Currently, 72% of people who have picked say yes, and 28% say no. You could think he was going to qualify and bet no here and then play him in your top 12, or vice versa.
Bit of a hedge, yeah.
Yeah, hedge it. We all said yes, so I'll skip that one for now. Training. So this one I'm really excited about, and John and I disagree vehemently about it. Training camp showdowns. So this one would be better with a graphic, but if you pull up the Heat One app, we have training camps and athletes from the training camps teamed up together, 1 male, 1 female. For proven, we have Tia, Toomey, and Marquand Jones. Marquand Jones being a notable athlete in semifinals for the past few years and at Crash. Training Think Tank has the match of Travis Mayer and Alexis Raptis. Mayhem has Roman Karenikov and Caitlin Sanders. HWPO, Hopper and Brooke Wells. And Brute has Dallin Pepper and Fee Sagafi. By combined points, which team takes the win?
Dude, I got to ride with you with Training Think Tank. You're my boy. Let's go.
Yeah. Do you know why you know how I can prove that it's a bad prop?
Why?
Tell me what percentage of people picked Roman and No Name and Tia and No Name. Mark.
You're not wrong, but here's why that's stupid as well. Tia could win 5 events, 500 points. And then she could get like, I don't know, 4th or something, get 90 points for the last event that she doesn't win. And then Marquand could have a good weekend. This is a good weekend for Marquand. And so he just holds her back just enough, putting them, I think the line's somewhere around 7th. Like you're going to see the average points be somewhere around 7th if you divide it by 2 for the athletes, right? Roman. I think that one's
good
a
weekend
little bit
for
harder.
Marquand.
Yeah. What's
I think
wrong?
the only way it's a good weekend for Marquand is if he goes out for a couple nice meals on the weekend, man. I think that's it. I think that's the highlight of his weekend. I got to be honest.
That's Travis's hottest take of the week.
Thank
Of
you,
the day
Travis.
right here.
No, it's
I'm
not.
sorry.
It
Seems
really,
like a good
it
dude.
really isn't.
Seems like a good dude, but I didn't even know he was competing.
No, the meal statement I think is his hottest.
I think there are two teams that are like clearly the best two teams to pick, and then I think it's luck of whoever you believe in or luck of the draw on those two teams, and that's Training Think Tank and the Hard Work Pays Off crew.
I hope.
Mic drop. Yeah, it's going to be
we're
close.
wrong.
Some good props. Someone in the chat, Draw Your Dagger, did point out you missed Mammoth training.
Yeah,
methods.
we talked about
Emma
that.
Emma and Jack.
I went back and forth.
Dude, I would pick Emma and Jack all
Yeah,
day.
I
too
know,
solid.
and that's why we didn't do it because they're just too. To me, they're too obvious as a pick,
Wow.
as a pair. Also, they're not as well known. Like Mammoth Training.
Yeah,
is
why
not
would
as-
you do Emma and Jack if you could have Tia and Marquand? I agree.
Screw you, John.
I hope Marquand does good, honestly.
Next one, John corrected me on this one, so thank you for that. Event 1, athletes go sub 22. How many? And this is men and women combined. We didn't see that many for the West, of course, with the stairs, and we said
It
at
depends on the
22.
run course.
It does, and so you better bet. Like I'm going to be texting whoever I can on Friday and be like, "Hey, figure out what's going on."
Yeah,
with the
I
run
need to
course.
figure out the run course, and then I can make a good prediction.
Yeah,
I think that one's hard to tell. Can't really say anything on it for sure.
yeah. It's obviously safer. Like if you made the picks now, it's obviously safer to go with 1 to 5 athletes because we don't know how long the run is. I also think they have to run out that tunnel and run up a like a ramp. It's like a loading dock ramp. This is all theory, but I've been there before. Actually, Will might know sort of what the course is. But anyway,
who's going to Syndicate?
me, Will, Souza, JR.
You should take your phone or like a what's it called? What's the camera called? A GoPro. You should
Video?
take a GoPro and then just run the course with like a Garmin or something.
Yeah. I won't be there until Friday night, so I'll miss that event.
Well, whoever's going to be there.
Yeah. Maybe we can JR do that. That's up for grabs. I mean, like we have no idea, and that's why I like it, is because it's just almost a gamble. Event 5, Ben Smith beats his 2016 time. Yes or no?
I like this one.
6:43. I love this one.
Yeah, I
fun
think he
watch.
does.
6:43 is a good time.
Straight up, still holds up. It was top 10 last week.
I think
Wow.
he beats it.
Yeah, I think he beats it. I'm honestly, when you say his name, I'm surprised, Tyler, with the way you rate Mayer so high. Like it's 2016. I'm surprised you don't have Ben Smith in your top 11.
I want to.
Ben Smith
Right next to Marcus Hendren.
Yeah.
Yeah. If Marcus showed up, boy.
Only one of those guys trains at Training Think Tank.
No, I want to for Ben, but it's just like he does have age. Like
So does
Travis has
Mayer.
age, but he doesn't have the injuries. Like Ben Smith is like two steps from a knee surgery.
Didn't he just
break
miss
his hand
last
or
season,
something?
bro? Didn't he just miss the entire last
broken
season?
wrist.
The wrist thing doesn't bother me so much as your knees. If your knees are going out, that's a big problem. That's crucial.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Why? Who needs a front rack?
Just zombie hold it, right?
Zombie. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna go with sub. I think he goes sub. But has he slowed down? Are you guys right? Like, is he just too old to keep up?
No, I don't think he's slowed down. I think the world has
field's
gotten
too
faster.
fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
It's just a different game.
He says, I'm in the fittest shape of my life. I believe him. I think the world is just fitter.
Yep. That's it.
Probably bet for event 1 semis a bit invalid since we can't know the actual distance that will be run. That's the point.
We're gonna try to update it as much as possible.
Yeah, that's the point, because if you make that play, you're going to be tuning into what we do, because you know that I'm going to be trying to get any and all information we can. So follow Heat One app on Instagram. But that's it, guys. Or lose or not have any info you need. Yeah, that's it. That's all we got.
Awesome.
Travis, good show. And right under 2 hours.
Perfect timing.
I feel like we should go for 30 more seconds.
We should.
I
Oh, go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna promote the Spincast. I
Yeah.
think John and I are doing it this weekend. NA East. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. So tune into the Barbell Spin for the alternative commentary.
Every
Also-
event, last 2 heats, men and women.
Yeah,
Manta
last
Sleep.
2 heats.
Betting with the boys is brought to you by Manta Sleep. Seriously, I don't say this enough. The Manta Sleep masks are amazing, so be sure you get those. Also, download the Heat One app. Win $1,500, not thousand, $1,500 for the North America Semi, or 5. There are 5 airwaves up for grabs for the top 12 game. Last week, I'm really excited about it, and then we'll have some big announcements for the games. So yeah,
Awesome. I'm pumped.
thanks guys.
Yeah, thanks for watching, everyone. Thanks,
Yeah.
John. Thanks, Tyler.
Yep.
See
you
y'all.
guys.
Have a good one.
See you Friday.